Hey there. Just wanted to give you an update real quick before you start this particular um, podcast. I recorded this a few weeks ago. Actually, I recorded it before that last Good King Harry video. But there's been some updates to the story about Good King Harry's book. So stay to the end because I'm going to add some additional information for you about the book. Welcome to my show. Hello, 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 and welcome. This is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness, and welcome to my channel. Boy, it has been a long time since I did a video podcast about Harry and Meghan. Now, if you don't know who Harry and Meghan are, then you're not following the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry, Prince of the Realm of the United Kingdom, and all the things that are going around. But today it was like, well, actually for the last several days, I've been going, I need to talk about something. I need to have conversation because, all the stuff that's been going on. But before I continue, what I want to say is welcome to my channel. If you're a subscriber, thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the bell so that you'll be notified when I decide to upload a video. I do not have a regular schedule, and then I get sidetracked and busy and but when I upload a video, believe me, it's not just because I told you I was going to do a video. I have something to say. So welcome. So there's many things that I want to discuss today, and some of them are going to be prompted by the things that I've seen on Twitter. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I go out there every now and then. I'm on Instagram, but I'm not in Instagram. I got a presence, but I don't use it. But Twitter, I tell you, it can be a black hole for me. Anyway, but there's so many things that have been going on in the last several weeks, and so I want to discuss some of them. And so the first one I'm going to discuss is Harry's book. Yes, Harry's book. We're all waiting for it to drop. We're looking forward to it. It doesn't need any advertisement. It will be a New York Times bestseller before it is in there for a day because we're all waiting for it. We've been waiting for the pre-order capabilities, but we don't have a pre-order. But recently on one of the Twitters, and I'm going to not tell you the person that did the tweet. Now, I don't know whether that's good etiquette or bad etiquette, but I would prefer that you go look up and see if you can find the tweet. If I'm using a phrase, I will give that person their propers for that. But this particular tweet, the person said, and they said this because the Derangers and the Carnival of Clowns with press passes all are having a fit about Harry's book and talking about, well, he shouldn't be writing a book, and they're all worried about what he's going to talk about, and they're all worried that he's going to embarrass the queen, or he's going to put down his father and his brother, and he's going to give him some all kinds of dirt. Harry's not that type of person. Now, I don't know him personally, but based on what I've seen in the past, he is like a mama bear or a daddy bear that if you mess with his own, he's going to come back after you. If you're going to lie on him, and that's another conversation, he's going to come after you. He is not going to tolerate any longer, because he's no longer under the firm, anyone who chooses to lie on him, but he picks his battles. And I don't know if that battle's going to be his memoir, because he's going to talk about what shaped him as a man. Now, if it means throwing some people under the bus because they hurt him and they hurt his mother and they did things to him that was not right and they lied on him in the media and so it shaped his attitude, I'm all for it. But I want to be prepared. And I think all of us should be prepared for the fact that Harry's going to be very deliberate in his conversation. He's going to share that piece of him that is important, that shows you how he became the man that he is today. Now, the tweet. So what I do is screenshot. I do bookmarks, but when I go back to look at the bookmark, for some reason, I never can find what I want. Anyway, so this person said, why shouldn't Harry write a book about his own life if he wants to? Who is Mike Perry to say he shouldn't? Actually, who is Mike Perry? That's what I said. So evidently he is some right-wing so-called royal expert or somebody that's been in the shadows that wants to uplift his visibility. So pick on Harry. So narrative as they do with wait a minute, where am I? The right-wing hacks and royal experts are desperately trying to control the narrative as they do with the Windsors. They become more unhinged as Harry continues to give them the middle finger. That was the answer to the first tweet. And that's what I realize is they want to control how we view Harry. Lies, conjecture, stories, what did they think, the unnamed sources, and all kinds of things. And so it just amazes me that I couldn't write a story about myself. So I've written several books, but would it be wrong for me to write about my experiences, the things that I've learned, and that back there they want, or the royal experts, the sources, all are saying he can't write his own book. He has no right to write his own story. It doesn't even make sense. I mean, really, it doesn't make sense. It only makes sense in the idea is that they want to tell the story so they can write a book, so people will buy their book and look at the lies and the conjecture and the made up stories and the somebody over here said this and somebody over there said that with no proof. Harry is the only person that knows how things have affected him in his life. He knows things that went on behind closed doors that they don't know. He knows things and experienced things before he met Meghan that has shaped the person that he is today. And therefore, he's permitted to talk about that. And then he's got this life, this vitriol, this stuff that happened after he met Meghan. And the things that have gone on behind palace walls and that we don't know about. And we don't know if he's going to write about it. But he's going to talk about where he is today. So personally, I am looking forward to it. Now, the latest story is that his book has been delayed, but they don't know. They're only going from the idea that his name wasn't on the list of things that were going to be released, of books that are due to be released. And I can't remember the name of the publisher right now. PH, I think, is the name. Princess House. Anyway, but here's the deal. Many people were talking about the fact that they hope he just drops the book. No announcement, just book is on sale at different um, outlets starting today, right? And people are going, interesting, right? It just dropped today. You know, it would go on a bet. We'd all be running to the bookstores, going to get one, two, three copies or whatever we wanted to do. It would be a New York Times bestseller that day. Amazon would crash because we would all be out there ordering our book through Amazon or whatever it was. And that book needs no publicity. They don't have to spend a dime on publicity. They can do the posters. Like for my books, I had posters made, and they went into the local bookstores, and this book is on sale today. So, but they can do those things. But they don't have to advertise in the New York Times or in any magazine or any newspaper, because all they have to do is tweet it, Instagram it, and Facebook it, and whatever other one is out there that says it's available. Because we know that not only Sussex Squad and the greater world that may not call themselves Sussex Squad, but they're buying the book. It's going to be released not only in English, but it's going to be released probably in Spanish and a whole bunch of other languages, because they already know. So that might be why it's being a little longer being released, because they're making sure the translations are ready to drop. So some of you who do not know the book industry right now, most books, books like Harry's, they're going to print them up and they're going to have, they're going to have 50,000 books printed. I don't, because they already know it's going to be sold. But books are print on demand. So people who self-publish, like I did, don't have to go buy 1,000 books, right? I can buy 5, I can buy 10, but they're print on demand. So once they realize what the sales are going to be, and they're starting to run out of books, all they do is say, print some more, right? And print them as they need it. And in reality, you could never sell out of the books because they'll print another one for you. So I'm looking forward to Harry and his book. I'm looking forward to the meltdown from the carnival of experts with press passes, or however they are. I just found this screenshot that I did about Mike Perry, so I'm just going to interject that here. And it says, Mike Perry is, and he says, this quote will give you an idea who Mike Perry is. The problem in this country in all areas is that minorities always get the upper hand because we're so tolerant, and minorities have to be squashed. That is the person that Mike Perry is. He is just, okay, I'm not even going to say, because that's not being the nice person that I am. Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about on this one. So we're going to drop this one, and then, because I'm in the 15 minutes, and I know some of you can listen to an hour or 2 hour, but I don't want to go there. So we're looking for Harry's book to drop. I'm looking for Harry's book to tell us how he became the man that he is today. I'm looking that Harry may drop a couple of bombshells or talk about some things that we never knew happened. He's going to talk about his mom and how she helped shape him, and I bet you, now this is me guessing, doing some conjecture, not projecting, but I bet he looked at her videos about her and videos of interviews that she's given. He's watched her when she dealt with people in Africa and HIV and the speeches that she's made that were recorded. I bet you he has access to that. And so he's learned a lot about his mother. He's probably looked to see the things that were written about his mother. And so even though he lost her preteen, she was still able to teach him a lot of stuff simply by going through her life and reading the reports, but also understanding the things behind the scenes. I'm looking forward to his memoir, and I'm sure you are too. All right, this is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness. I'll be back to you with a part two of this as I cover a lot of the things that are going on with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex today. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, share this video. Let other people know that I'm out here sharing my information, sharing my thoughts, sharing my truth. Hey there. Now, thanks for hanging around, because Omid Scobie, I love that guy. He wrote a really good article on, let me go back here on the article. It was July the 20th. And so I had recorded this particular podcast before I went to babysit my grandbaby. So that was like the middle of June. Anyhow, what he was writing about all the accomplishments that Harry has done in his 2 years being gone from the royal family. In fact, the name of the article was Spare, in quotes, Heir Harry's achieved his dream life and proved his palace critics wrong. How about that? And he talked about him doing the speech at the UN, and he quoted quite a bit of that. But he said, not everybody believed in Harry's decision. Few within his own family and the palace thought it was a good idea. Many had their own dramatic predictions about how disastrous a move to the U.S. could be. Now, I take a little bit of umbrage with that statement, move to the U.S., because they never said they were moving to the U.S. They had said they were going to be part-time in the UK and part-time in the Commonwealth. They never mentioned the U.S., but because of because of losing his security, because of being outed by the family of where they were in Canada, they had to get out of there. And thankfully, Tyler Perry provided them with a plane ticket. And it always amazes me because they got out of Canada without anybody knowing it. That was cool, right? And came to the United States. So that part, I'm just, didn't agree with that statement, but it was minor. He also said, honestly, the powers that be had said he's setting himself up to fail. A very senior aide told me in early 2020, without all of this, it's impossible. And they continued gesturing to the walls of Buckingham Palace. So they were saying, well, without the backdrop of the monarchy and without all our help and without the prestige of being a working royal, they couldn't do anything. Ha, ha, ha. They got fooled. But he's saying, but 2 years later, and without a penny from the British taxpayer, Harry has created the life he has long dreamed about. A life that I dare say it, he couldn't have achieved if he remained a working member of the firm. And that is so true. So he went on and talked about his accomplishments. However, this was the part that shocked a lot of us, which was really good news, because the powers that be were saying, oh, the book isn't listed in the November list of publishing, so the book's been pushed back, and da 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 da, and on and on. You know how the Rangers and the British media go. Anyway, Omen says, of course, whether you are a working member of the firm or not, drama will always be lurking around the corner for any royal whose private lives are rarely that. His forthcoming memoir, and I love the next statements, which is now finished and has completed legal checks, will no doubt invite some of it in, even if, as sources have told me over the past year, it doesn't include those much reported attacks on his family. The book will be Harry's biggest chance to tell his side of the story and paint a clearer picture of the man, husband, father, and global citizen he is today. I love this. Right? And he talks about the fact that his late mother, just like his late mother, he too has spent considerable lengths of his life misunderstood. So the book is coming. It's finished. It's gone through. I liked when he said it went through legal checks. So, hey guys, they're checking to make sure there's no lies, that anything he says or alleges or anything, it's gone through a legal check, that it's going to be, hey, we got receipts. Here's the receipts. I know, because you know Meghan and Harry are into receipts. And Meghan and Harry, they're very strategic on the things they do. But I wanted to give you that update so that you know we're looking forward to this. And most folks are saying Christmas, but like I said, since it wasn't in the list of books to be published this fall, I'm thinking they're keeping it really close to the vest, really close, so that nobody knows when it's going to drop. You know, they have the habit of dropping their information after the tabloids in the UK have gone to press. So the U.S. What I want to say, media has the first dibs on getting the information. So that's it. And I want to say thank you for staying with me. This is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness. As you have believed, let it be done to you, and it is so. And I will see you in the next video.